to the interview of our school nurse Margaret. We have got some questions that have been asked by Melland High School students. First off, I'd like to introduce our panel. We have Saracen, Renee, Luke, and I'm Shakira. Okay, on to the questions. What made you become a school nurse?
I've been a nurse since I left school at 16, so I've been a nurse all my life. And when my children were young, I decided that I wanted to do school nursing so I could actually have the holidays. So that was the reason I went to be a school nurse.
Thank you.
How did you become a school nurse?
Well, I had to do some training first, and I did my children's training, which was working with learning how to work with children. And then I had an interview with some nursing officers, and they actually interviewed me and asked me some questions.
Thank you.
Then
Why did you choose to work with students that have special educational needs?
I've always had an interest in children with special educational needs. My own son actually had some special needs, so that was one of my interests. And I like working with children with special needs.
Thank you.
How long have you worked at Melland High School for?
Quite a long time, since 2002.
Thank you.
How would you describe your job?
It's different every day. Some days it can be very, very busy, and I'm working in classrooms and seeing to children and doing lots and lots of things. And then other days I'm in the office and I'm doing a lot of paperwork. So sometimes it's just a lot of paperwork and a lot of filing and a lot of doing writing work. So it varies.
What's the most enjoyable part of your job?
I think it's working with the children. I like doing clinics with Dr. Ferguson, and I like kind of meeting new parents and asking how you're getting on and about your health, and seeing that you're growing and becoming young adults.
What are your thoughts on the e-safe day?
Before you asked, I didn't really think about e-safety because it's not something that kind of comes into nursing, but I think it's very important that you look after yourself when you're online, and that you don't speak to any strangers, or you don't email any strangers, or kind of put anything on that you shouldn't really put on. You should always tell your parents that you're online, and they should know who you're talking to or who you're speaking to. And I think the most important thing is not to speak to people that you don't know. You know, I think that's the most important thing, because sometimes it might not be who they say they are online. They may be somebody completely different, so you've always got to make sure that you tell your parents who you're speaking to.
Thank you.
What do you do during the school holidays?
Well, I used to have school holidays off, but a few years ago I gave school holidays up, and now I work all school holidays. But that means I can have my holidays when I want during the year. So I work during school holidays and I go and see children in the community who are either poorly, I might come and see somebody doing an assessment. So I come and see some of you children at home during school holidays.
Thank you. What advice would you give students about keeping healthy?
I think one of the most important things is to look after yourself. You've got to look after your body and make sure it's nice and clean, and that you clean all, you wash your face with your hands and clean your teeth and look after your hair. And then if you see anything different at any time that you think, oh, that's not right, then you need to tell somebody. If you know that there's something not normal on your body that's not right, you need to tell somebody and make sure you actually inform somebody. The other thing is that you need to make sure that you eat a healthy diet, that you take lots of exercise, and that you look after yourself. Is that okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for the time, Margaret, and for answering our questions. Goodbye.
Thank you.